Good morning, people. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday morning. Hello, Bishop. Hello, Elwin. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Why did it not? There we go. Fuck, man, I forgot how slow YouTube is. I forgot how slow YouTube is to catch up with the live feed. So it's been a very interesting weekend politically for Canada. Well, it's been just a really weird weekend politically for everywhere. But we're going to first learn about what's going on in Canada. Mark Carney was sworn in on Friday, and he got rid of a whole bunch of cabinet portfolios. He kind of smushed some together, and he wanted a smaller cabinet, and so that's what we've got now. We've got a 23-person cabinet instead of a 39-person cabinet. I think it was last time for Trudeau, and he's taken away some ministries that some really, 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 really left-leaning people are not happy about. Like the women, youth, and families ministry is gone. Or sorry, what was it? Women and Gender Equality Ministry, and then the ministry for what was it? Oh, Ministry of Women and Families, Ministry of Youth, and then of course there's the Ministry of Disability, Diversity, and Inclusion. So those ministries are gone, and then we've got we've got a new ministry called the Ministry of what is it? Ministry of it's hard. I almost want to say Ministry of Silly Walks at this point, because the Ministry of Pollywogs. Yeah, it's huh? Oh, of course, of course. I might lose power because we have a giant storm rolling in. Thank you, Great Lakes. Thank you very much, Great Lakes, for the giant windstorm and thunderstorm that's coming in now. Anyway, let's go until we can't, shall we? So we've got a bunch of new slash old faces returning. About, I'd say, 2/3 of the cabinet are Trudeau's ministers, and maybe 5 people are backbenchers that have been reassigned. Because I recognized most of the people in the chat, or in the list. I was just looking at chat. I've noticed most of the people on the list were the same, like Dominique Leblanc, Francois Champagne, Anita Amond, Chrystia Freeland, Patty Haidu, David McGuinty, just a bunch of Bill Blair, like some of them, Melody Jolie, some of them aren't even getting different cabinet portfolios. They're just reprising their roles as Trudeau ministers. And then some of them are getting a step down, a promotional or a demotion, such as Chrystia Freeland, who is now the Transport and Internal Trade Minister. I guess that's what happens when you stand on your principles. You get demoted. So Chrystia Freeland is no longer. I would have thought that honestly that Carney would have made her his finance minister, but nope. Nope. None of that. And let's see. What else have we got? We're going to learn what an order in council is today because Mark Carney has been displaying several of them, signing several of them. And so we are going to learn what an order in council is. Because it sounds, in theory, it sounds kind of like an... I said theory. Go away. Stupid deaf bitch. Anyway. So this says, an order in council is a legal instrument formally approved and signed by the Governor General acting on the advice of the King's Privy Council for Canada. It gives legal effect to a decision made by a federal cabinet, often related to appointments, regulations, or legislative orders. So Mark Carney has been signing several orders lately, one of them including the reduction of the consumer carbon tax. Now, he has not canceled the carbon tax, he's just zeroed it for consumers. And he is going to raise it for what he calls large polluters, whatever that might be. So orders in council is from the Canada.ca. Says an order in council, OIC, is a legal instrument made by the governor and council in pursuit to statutory authority. I apologize. Or less frequently, let's take a look at this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do research live. This is hard. This is difficult to do live. Okay. About the Orders in Council Division. The Orders in Council Division provides advice and support to the Clerk of the Privy Council on a range of activities relating to the use and management of orders in councils, OICs, regulations, and other statutory instruments. So this is like, Americans are going to think that this is kind of like an executive order, but it's not, because even if a minister signs an order in council, it still has to go to the Governor General for approval. So say the Minister for Defense signs an order in council about something in regards to defense spending, such as Mark Carney has also decided that the F-35 project needs to be reviewed. So he has signed an order in council calling for that. But the Governor General still has to read those and say yes. So this says the division organizes swearing-in ceremonies for ministers of the Privy Council, and Chief Justices of the Supreme and Federal Courts. The Orders in Council Division, or OIC Division, provides secretariat support to the Cabinet regarding Governor and Council in brackets GIC appointments, including those of deputy ministers, heads of agencies, Crown Corporation, chief executive or officers, directors, ambassadors, and members of people who have a key seat on judiciary boards and tribunals. The division also provides secretariat support to the Treasury Board members in their governor and council role regarding orders in council and regulations. Holy shit, I cannot wait until I can read this in Braille. God damn, this is hard. As such, the Orders in Council Division, and here's a list of what they do. Receives Governor in Council GIC submissions for ministers. from ministers, apologies, distributes a weekly agenda and supporting material to Treasury Board members, prepares orders in council, and sends them to the Governor General for signature following Cabinet or Treasury Board members' approval. So, like I said, this is not like an executive order. And these are supposed to be basically subverting parliamentary vote. Because when Parliament is in session, you're supposed to vote on stuff like this. You're supposed to vote on whether or not the carbon tax should be brought to zero. You're supposed to vote on whether or not a project like the F-35 project is supposed to go back into review. You're supposed to vote on this shit. But this is basically a subversion of that process, and because the Governor General, it goes through the Governor General's office, it technically doesn't have to go through the House of Commons like it usually should and would. This is really, really, really shady. And now that we've learned what an order in council is, there's actually a search bar up here. So I'm going to see if I can search for an approved order to see if these have been approved. Because this is all coming out since Friday. So the Governor General had better have been signing these things after he has signed them. So let's go up here to the search bar. Search OIC database. Let's see. Go to search page. Where's the edit box? Why is there no search box? The Orders in Council's online database makes it easy for you to search for Orders in Council OICs made from 1990 to the present. The Orders in Council division provides certified to be true copies of Orders in Council to the responsible minister and deputy minister where agency head as soon as possible following their approval per transparency. Oh, how very nice. Orders in council are publicly available on the third working day after approval from the Governor General, but in exceptional circumstances. Orders in council may be posted on the web prior to the third working day if requested by the responsible minister. So let's see. Why can we not search? Go to search page. Yes. I want to see. Press the space bar to expand. You are here. Okay. The Orders in Council online database makes it easy for you to blah, blah, blah. What the hell am I supposed to... Keywords. Carbon tax. Two 025 0314. Oh my god. 2025 slash 0.
They're asking me for lore. Sorry.
What?
They're asking me for lore. Sorry.
Okay.
And the Ninja Turtles are fighting Xenomorphs.
Why?
Because they put Xenomorphs in the Turtles in Time game.
2024 slash Z12 slash 31. I want to find out if these things have been approved. There aren't 13 months in the year. Okay, how do you want this done?
2.5 million BC was where we've gone back in time to. We're now fighting dinosaur dude. We're now fighting the Foot Clan with dinosaurs.
Yay, dinosaurs, my favorite.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yep. Is that my T-Rex?
I'm not telling.
Okay. Sorry this is so boring, you guys. I'm just trying to do some research here.
Are you going to your room for the rest of the day? Why? Why, you want to quit?
I don't know any of this shit.
Why don't you have a video going while you're at it? While you're doing research?
Because then no one will hear me talking.
Right. Well, there's articles and stuff you could be reading.
Yes, can you come help me open them? Since Twitter's being an asshole? Because Twitter's a dick on the computer now? Let's see. Are you going to let me access my DMs? Nope, you're not. Because you're an asshole. Ugh. I just want to do this properly.
Or mouse, please. You just want what?
I just want this to open like it used to.
Yeah, I know. But welcome to the new world of inaccessibility for everybody. See, I see. You've been left on red by Asmongold?
Yeah, and everybody that was here is gone.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. I have nobody in
I
chat.
still remember being a toddler.
So what?
So
You just started, right?
I had 7 people.
Yeah, well, okay. You're getting upset over nothing. Just relax, okay?
Okay.
Just,
Hopefully I can
I'm
open
setting
this.
you up with all. Don't need Assassin's Creed news.
Hopefully I can access this shit with the
January,
braille display.
You'll be able to. You'll be fine. It's all good.
It's annoying.
So even like Bishop liked and reposted and shared.
Thank you, Bishop.
Okay, Ellen shared. Like that's what I mean. Relax, okay? Chill. Chillaxio. In fact, you're supposed to have the console on too, right? In the background for the flashiness.
Except honey,
What?
it'll go into rest mode in 20 minutes.
Okay. Just calm.
Why is the
Let's get back into this. You've been out of it for a week and a half, right?
Yes.
So just relax.
Goddamn March break.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, okay? It always messes with you. So there, you're all set. Everything's good. You've got several videos. You've got a whole bunch of stuff to do today, okay?
Okay.
Breaking. Marco Rubio speaks to reporters. That's yesterday.
Oh.
Lots of stuff, okay? Don't worry about it. We're all good. Everything's okay.
Okay.
Idiot King. O'Leary reveals how much... oh, God.
Fuck O'Leary.
I can't even listen to O'Leary anymore.
I never liked him, even on Dragon's Den. He was like, well, that's a stupid idea. Like, every time someone...
right. That's a stupid idea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was like, every time somebody had an idea that he liked that he didn't think of,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, that's dumb. That's why I don't like Kevin O'Leary at all. I never have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's one of those billionaires. Oh, you didn't think of it? Oh, screw you.
Alright, so you're all set there. There's a whole mix of stuff.
Most
Okay.
of you will already be aware of who 2-year-old Kaylee
Yeah, you
Anthony
wanted to-
was.
you
The
wanted
majority will
Casey
know that
Anthony.
she sadly passed away at some point.
Oh, that
I
one?
still remember being a toddler so
There we go. There. Okay.
What was that?
Nothing.
Why are the children making horrible noises? Okay. So speaking of Carney, let's see here. This is Polyev's video. If Carney wins, Canada loses. Which, that's true. That is more than true. So it's only a minute, so let's take a listen here.
Ironic. It's ironic. Mr. Carney is trying to distract from his many scandals and conflicts of interest, as well as his disastrous record as Justin Trudeau's economic advisor, by talking about Trump.
Yep.
He's the guy that sold out to Trump. 6 days after Donald Trump threatened Canada with tariffs to steal our jobs, Mark Carney announced to Brookfield shareholders that he would move his headquarters from Canada to New York.
Yep. The Conservatives have the paperwork to prove it. They've put out the letter to the shareholders. They published the letter to the shareholders and showed that that was a true statement.
And when you asked him about it, he lied to your face.
Yep.
We got it in writing, and we proved it. He sold out Canada. He put his profit ahead of our people. And he did exactly what Donald Trump wanted.
Yep.
Never before have we had a prime minister so conflicted and compromised and yet so little scrutinized. Just like when he supported carbon taxes in Canada while investing in American coal. He opposed Canadian pipelines while his company bought Middle East pipelines. He has millions of dollars of financial interests that run against Canada's national interests.
Yep.
He gets rich making Canadians poor. You can be sure about one thing. Donald Trump's going to have a briefing on his desk of all of Mark Carney's American investments. And he is going to leverage all of Carney's profit motive against the interests
Canada.
of the Canadian people.
Yep. He's not wrong. He's absolutely correct about this. Mark Carney has zero interest in Canada's best interest.
And we know Carney will sell out Canada for his personal profit. He's already done it. He's systematically done it his entire time as a corporate insider.
He has. He absolutely has. And this whole bullshit about how he's sitting there going, Trump's talking about Trump's talk about Canada becoming the 51st state is just crazy. And everyone's like, oh, that's just big, bad talk. And it's like, no, it's not. Please.
So we'll be...
That's not crazy. That's so soft-spoken. So soft-spoken. And it's bullshit that he's so... just... I don't even have the words for it. He's got nothing behind him. He's so weak. Like, his voice doesn't even command respect or anything. Like, he's just so... Oh, it's pathetic. And then here's Trump talking about imposing tariffs on us.
So we'll be announcing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico for a number of reasons. Number one is the people that have poured into our country so horribly and so much. Number two are the drugs, fentanyl, and everything else that have come into the country. And number three are the massive subsidies that we're giving to Canada and to Mexico. And
What subsidies are you giving to us, dude? Seriously. This whole $200 billion of subsidies, where are they? Where, in fact, let's do a quick...
Funny part is, if they're going into your country, whose responsibility is that? Tighten up your own border. We got ours tightened up and put a $2 billion project.
Let's do a quick... Let's pull up a quick grok thing here. How much does the United States... Or, no. Is it true... Is it true the United States subsidizes Canada to the tune of $200 billion a year? Let's do a deep search. There we go. Let's ask Grok to do a deep search to find out how true this is. First, I need to... Okay, let's see. I will... It's searching still. It's still searching. Don't worry. I'll slow this down once it's got an answer. Let's see. Here. Completed. 44 seconds. Let's slow this down a bit.
Speaking rate 55%.
Okay.
3 number signs. Key points. Research suggests the U.S. does not subsidize Canada by $200 billion annually. This claim is likely false. The 2023 U.S. Canada trade deficit was about $64.3 billion.
Oh!
Far below the claimed amount. There are no direct financial subsidies of this scale. U.S. aid to Canada averages around $20 million yearly.
Oh!
Canada may economically benefit the U.S. in areas like energy exports and loans, contrary to the claim. 3 hyphens.
Interesting.
Overview. The claim that the United States subsidizes Canada to the tune of $200 billion a year has been widely disputed. Let's break this down into key aspects for clarity. 4 number signs. Trade deficit versus subsidies. The figure of $200 billion appears to confuse the trade deficit with subsidies. Official data from the U.S. Census Bureau shows the 2023 trade deficit with Canada was approximately $64.3 billion.
So we get a subsidy of $20 million a year. That's slightly, that is much different than 200 billion. That is way different. that's $180 billion of difference between the two numbers.
Deficits. And I'll be putting the tariff of 25% on Canada and separately 25% on Mexico. And we will really have to do that because we have very big deficits with those countries. Those tariffs may or may not rise with time.
Will be part of that?
Those tariffs may or may not rise with time. And then he pauses them. He goes, no, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. It's so ridiculous. It's insane. Just to watch this whole back and forth between Donald Trump with the whole no we won't, yes we will, and then Mark Carney, you know, oh yes, we are going to zero the consumer price on carbon, but we're not going to cancel it, we're just going to zero it. It's like, that's not the same thing. And then people are saying to conservatives, you know, oh, he's doing what you want. He's doing what you want. No, he's not. He's just shuffling things differently.
Say we canceled it. Let's say we canceled it, because that's what everyone's calling it. They're saying he axed the tax.
Yeah. Like, CBC is like, Carney kills the consumer carbon tax. It's like, no, he just zeroed it. Now other industries are gonna have to pay. So that's
Parliament. He can't get rid of the carbon tax until Parliament's back in session, because it's technically a law, because it's part of a bill.
No, he can't. Yes, he can.
No, he can't.
I just read how an order in council works. Yes, he can.
But what he did really wasn't. It's weird. There's gonna be more about this, but technically yes, but no, he can't.
All he has to do is sign the order and send it to Mary Simon. She signs it and it's law. Yes, he can.
Okay, let's see how it works out, because everything I'm reading says different. But where did you read it?
Canada.ca.
Okay.
From the Division of the Orders in Council.
Okay.
So yeah, he absolutely can. He is mini Trump. He is literally mini Trump with these orders in council. He just has to get the Governor General to sign them. That's it. And she's going to sign it. Because Mary Simon is no Michael Jean. And she's no Adrian, what was the other one's name? Adrienne, the one before her. She was great. Yeah, those two governors general were amazing, and they stood up to prime ministers and ministers, and Mary Simon is not that at all. Mary Simon is by far less spine, has far less of a spine than Michael Jean. So I think we'll leave the politics for a second, and then let's move over to this TikToker who exploits this overdosing woman for views. Because that sounds great. Let's learn about this chick.
You alright? Hi, okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. You alright? Okay? Are you okay?
Calm down. Okay, stop. Well, guys, today's kind of a difficult one. Today we're looking at a video that I saw that when I looked at the comments, when I looked at the general reaction that this video was receiving, I was pretty confused, and I couldn't really wrap my head around the way that some people were perceiving this video. Now, I mean, that's not like super uncommon. You know, people can get pretty wacky on TikTok.
Oh yeah. People get weird on TikTok. That's why I left TikTok.
But I don't know, just something about this video was received really threw me off, so I'm bringing it to you guys. Now, like we've established, the video we're going to be watching today is relatively complex, and I feel like there's a lot that we need to consider when talking about it to really give it a fair look. So this TikTok that we're watching is from a TikTok account called Truth on the Streets, which is really, at the end of the day, in my opinion, a sort of homeless exploitation TikTok account.
You think? A truth on the streets. That just sounds like somebody that wanders around with their cell phone filming people at their worst possible moments.
It's an account that like half the time will just film homeless people existing. A quarter of the time the videos will be them interacting with homeless people in a very dehumanizing way. And the final quarter is them like trying to helping sometimes, but it just never really seems like it's coming from the right place. Now, filming yourself helping homeless people, or really filming yourself helping anybody, has always been a pretty split topic of discussion. A lot of people are of the belief that if you film yourself helping somebody, that you're not doing it for the right reasons, while a lot of other people seem to believe that as long as you're helping somebody, it doesn't really matter why you're doing it.
I disagree with that. If I was being helped to cross the street by somebody that was also filming themselves helping me cross the street, I don't think I would want them to help me cross the street, if you know what I mean. I think they would be far more focused on, oh, am I getting myself in the frame with this blind person as I help them cross the street? No, thank you. I will take the person who doesn't give a shit about that.
I think I fall somewhere kind of in the middle. Personally, I feel like if you really want to help the homeless, then you'll just go out, you'll do it, you'll volunteer. I do think that most people who are filming themselves helping the homeless and posting it onto social media are doing it for validation. It's kind of performative. You want people to look at you and say, hey, look at that, you did a good job. You did a good thing. However, that's like not really that big of a deal. If it gets you out helping people, not really a whole lot to complain about, right? There is a line though, and it's a pretty thin one, that you walk when you do something like film yourself helping a homeless person. And very, very often when people are doing things like making a TikTok account that's dedicated to, quote, helping homeless people, they cross that line and they just begin exploiting them. And that's...
Or they just don't understand the line. And they don't even have it.
What I think we're looking at today. This video we're watching is these people from this account helping this homeless woman who they claim they thought was overdosing. And as the video progresses, it becomes more and more obvious, just from the way they treat this lady, from the way they describe her, that they do not see this woman as an equal. And it gets very uncomfortable, and I think it really exposes what's going on here. However, like we've mentioned, it's a pretty complex issue. Lots of different ways to interpret what happens here, so that's why I've brought it to you guys. Wanted to get your opinion and see what you have to say about this video, because I feel like I've kind of made my mind up on it, but maybe I'm wrong. That's never happened before, but you know, maybe today's the day. We'll see. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
You all right? Hi. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You all right?
Okay. Hi. Yep, we're doing okay.
Okay, chill out. Relax.
We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. There's a distance. Yep. Are you okay?
Calm down.
Okay, stop.
Calm down.
Stop.
Why are you
so
yelling
immediately,
at her?
I see so many problems with this, and
Why are
nothing's
you yelling
really
and
even
crowding
happened
the
yet.
woman?
So believe it or not, generally, homeless people are not treated super well, especially not in cities that they're more common than others. So being woken up as a homeless person is probably not like the best experience generally. I mean, nobody would deem it appropriate to walk up to somebody sitting in a coffee shop or just minding their own business and start rubbing their back, asking them if they're okay.
Yeah, no, that's not okay. I'd be like, why are you touching me? Don't fucking touch me.
Surround them with other people and film them, so why would that be okay to do to a homeless person? Trick question.
Well, because they're homeless people, you know? They're on the street
It's
in
not.
public.
So right off the bat, this lady's probably kind of caught off guard. She's got a random person rubbing on her. She looks up and there's two other people. One of them's filming her. So what does she do? She starts rubbing the person who was rubbing her back. And the person who was doing the rubbing originally immediately gets uncomfortable because nobody wants to be rubbed by a random fucking person. This lady never considers that though, because she thinks she's saving rubbed by a random fucking doing the rubbing originally immediately gets uncomfortable because nobody wants to be rubbed by a random fucking person.
Well, exactly. I would do that too. If I was if somebody's like, hey, are you okay? I'd be like, yeah, what's up? You know, like, just... Because that's weird.
This lady never considers that though, because she thinks she's saving these people by filming them and profiting off of them on TikTok. Once she does it longer than she wants her two guys start freaking out and start stepping in, proving that they also know that it's not okay to touch random people, but they think it's okay to freak out and label this woman as overly aggressive when she's just doing the same shit that was done to her. And you...
Yeah, it's so true, and it's the same bullshit. It's weird, this mentality of, I can do it to you, but the minute you do it to me, you're wrong. like all the time that I was getting bullied on TikTok, and I let it go, and then I would clap back, and then people would be like, oh my god, you're so rude, Blind Press. You're so mean. People are just trying to help you. You're good. You can't normally catch me live. Yeah, I stream at night a lot, so.
And you can try and say, oh, well, she's not cognizant enough to do that. She's just being mean. No, if you watch this lady and you listen to what she says throughout this video, she is 100% just doing it because this lady did it to her.
I would do it too. I would totally do it too.
Stop.
Relax. Calm down.
It's okay, dear.
Calm down.
So, dear.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yes.
Calm down. Let go of her. Let go of her. Let go of her.
I'm petting her just like she was petting me. It's fine.
Everything's okay, dear. Everything's okay.
Are you okay?
Ooh,
All right.
lady.
Are you waking up?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Why are you talking to her like she's a baby? Are you just waking up? Hi. Are you okay? Good girl. Like, what the fuck?
Stop.
Calm down. Calm down, lady.
Hey.
Calm down. What are you doing?
I think I'm okay. Oh my gosh, we're snuggling. Please don't lick
Okay.
me. Please don't lick me.
No.
Please don't lick me. Well, maybe if you wouldn't, like, maybe if you didn't grab her and touch her, then this wouldn't be an issue.
We're good. Take care.
All right.
Are you okay? All right.
Okay.
I'm glad you're doing okay.
That's interesting.
I'm glad you're doing okay. Well, you're not gonna put me
Yeah,
in.
you're in
Okay,
the
so
UK.
look, I'm not going to
yeah.
sit here and try and act like everything that this homeless lady is doing is justifiable. I feel like you kind of make your point after the first 20 seconds or so, you know what I mean? However, I feel like their reactions to this behavior just tells you even more about their true intentions.
I'm sorry. No, everything that this homeless lady is doing is completely justified. They woke her up. She was just on, like, minding her own business, not bothering
If
them.
you've ever worked with the homeless, then you would know that mental illness and substance addiction is a relatively common problem. And if you're going to volunteer to do this kind of stuff, then you have to be willing and capable to navigate situations that might arise because of that. These three people are not navigating this super gracefully. Like, it seems like they've never really had to deal with somebody getting physical, which is something you probably would have had to deal with if you were doing this in a genuine way. I don't know, just the way they're handling this, the way they're managing it, it doesn't really seem like this is what they should be doing. Like, they shouldn't be taking this responsibility. Not at this point, at least.
All right, Tara, walk away.
Why did you poke my head?
Well, because we're...
We thought you were overdosing.
I think you're overdosing.
I think you're overdosing. You woke me up. You rubbing on me. What the fuck?
Oh my god, you're overdosing. Why are you annoyed?
So here's the kicker, and like I said, you can obviously tell that this lady knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's obviously trying to prove a point. She might be doing a little too much, but she's trying to prove a point, and these people initiated it, so I mean, kind of fair. However,
Yeah, they deserve it. Everything that she's doing, they deserve it, because they fucking started it.
what they just said is something I didn't want to mention until you guys heard it because I didn't want to sway you, but to me this completely wipes out any plausible deniability that they could possibly be doing this for the right reasons.
Yep.
You thought this lady was overdosing, so you started filming a TikTok first? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. You see somebody on the street that you thought was overdosing, and your thought was to get out your phone, open the camera, and start filming instead of get out your phone and call 911. Like, that's your idea?
Are you psychotic? Like, what
Yes,
do you
they
mean
are.
you thought she was overdosing and your first thought was to frame up a TikTok video and start recording before this lady helps her? I mean, to me that proves one of two things. Both of them are pretty bad. The first one, and honestly what is probably more likely, they didn't think this woman needed any help whatsoever. They just wanted a performative TikTok where it looks like they're helping somebody, therefore proving that they don't actually care about helping anybody. Or two, the much worse one, but the one that I doubt is the case, they genuinely thought this woman was dying, and they deemed it more important to start filming a TikTok before they helped her. Either
August, you are too nice. You are far too nice and far too naive, because I believe the second one way more than I believe the first one. I believe that these people honestly thought she was in some kind of distress and they decided to film it first. I think they decided to film themselves helping her because they wanted the clout. Hello, Michelle.
Either one of those is no good, and both of them prove that they don't actually give a shit about the homeless.
Don't be annoyed.
You're being aggressive right now.
You're being
You're being
aggressive.
aggressive.
Give a shit about the homeless.
Don't be annoyed.
Yes, she's like, you'd be annoyed. Yes, I would be.
You're being
You're being
aggressive.
aggressive.
How am I being aggressive?
Holding on to someone that doesn't know you.
Yeah, we were just trying to help you, Dare.
What do you
Dude, you're... Okay, you weren't trying to help at all. Okay, if you were trying to help, you would have called
What did
somebody.
you do to me?
We thought you were dying.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, you wanted to annoy me, but
Nope.
that's okay.
Okay.
Good for her. Good for her. She's clearly got something going on with her. But she is clearly within her cognitive abilities to be like, you're just trying to do this
Okay,
for
why don't you
yourself.
let go now, please? Let go.
I love you.
I know, let go, let go.
Thank you.
You opting in annoyance?
Let go.
That's so stupid.
Let go of her.
It's okay.
She wants you to let go of
But
her.
you still feel annoyed.
Let go of her.
I do feel a little annoyed.
Yeah, you need to let go.
Well, then why did you do that?
See how they don't have a single thing to say to this woman?
No, she's like, why did you do that? Why did you decide to do this to me? Now you don't like it. Why did you do it to me? Do you think I liked it?
Once she actually starts confronting them, they don't want to out themselves. They know
Nope.
that she's doing the same shit to them that they did to her and have probably done to hundreds of other people. I would say that maybe they're having a moment of reflection and they're realizing
they're
how
not.
intrusive and annoying they've been, but I highly, highly doubt that. These are
I was gonna say, you're the one who doesn't think they thought she was dying and wanted to film it. I
the only
do.
thing about themselves. They have no response to the pretty spot-on analysis
Holy
that this
shit.
lady is giving.
Holy shit, that wind is
Them.
nuts.
She's doing the same shit that they do, and they hate it. And with that in mind, they have no good way to explain why they think it's okay for them to do it.
I wanted to make sure you're okay.
Let go.
No, you
Let go of me now,
didn't.
please.
Why don't you love yourself?
Ah!
I'm trying.
Why don't you love yourself? Yeah, why aren't you at home trying to love yourself instead of bothering me?
You're trying,
Let go of her.
but you don't
Let go.
try.
Let go,
Okay,
please.
we got it.
Thank
Go
you.
over. Okay, there you go.
What are you doing?
There you go. Thank you.
Go over.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
No, thanks. No, thanks.
Go over.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Hugs! Yeah. I would do the same thing if I was this woman.
No, thanks. No, thanks.
Sorry about that. You're welcome. Have
Thank
a good day.
you.
Be blessed, lady. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.
So that's the entire video, and I don't think that either party is necessarily 100% in the right,
Oh,
but I definitely
congratulations, Michelle. Go, man. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations on the baby girl. Yeah, 16 months is they're busy. They are very busy at that age. Is she crawling or walking yet? Oh man, toddlers are...
think that the homeless lady is a lot more justified with what she did. Could
I
she have
agree.
made her point more gracefully? I mean, sure, but do these people really deserve that? Like I said, who knows how many people they've done this to? Who
She
knows?
didn't have to make her point more gracefully at all, August. I disagree. I disagree with August on this one. I think that homeless woman was completely justified in everything that she did. I need to pull this ponytail out. Oh my god. Fuck, I can't wait till Thursday. I'm getting my pyramid head taken away. Oh, it's crazy bad. I can't wait.
Who knows how many times?
But yeah, I don't think I agree with August on that one. Yes. Ooh, more coffee. No, I think that homeless woman was completely justified in the way that she acted. Because, well, how would you feel if you were sleeping and somebody did that to you? walking like mad and I never have enough butt wipes. Nope. Nope. You never will. You never will have enough wipes. Dude, I always wiped probably more than I needed to, but because I couldn't see, I just wanted to be safe. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm just gonna wipe your butt a couple more extra times just to make sure. You know, just ooh. Kids are insane. I'm almost glad, part of me wanted girls, but I'm almost glad I don't have girls because, whew, girls are hard work. Girls are a special kind of special. Always buy 3 packs when you want to buy 1. Yes. Yes. Yes, always. Those boxes, the big boxes of wipes with the like 5 or 6 packs in a box, those are your friends. Those are your friends, man. And you know what else is your friend? A baby carrier. A baby carrier is your best friend. I still miss baby wear. Like, I still miss wearing my boys. Even though it was really hard on my back, I really miss baby wearing. It was a lot of fun. And it makes traveling with them and your cane or dog a lot more easy than trying to use a stroller. It's, yeah, baby wearing is, and you can do it with toddlers too. So, all right. So, our next little video, Johnny Somali is back. Again, he never goes away, does he? Let's take a look here.
To the people of Japan and the people of the world,
oh,
I want to
Jesus.
make this message because I've been gone for a long time.
Do you have to make a message because you've been gone for a long time? Couldn't you have just stayed gone?
Introduce myself if you don't know me already. I am Johnny Somali. Japan, it's CX till I die, you dumbass.
Whoa!
Japan.
I mean, the guy is just lovely as ever. I don't see why anyone would hate it. Welcome back to the channel, guys, my amigos and amigas. It's been a minute since I said that. That felt so nostalgic, I almost shed a tear. But anyways, do you guys remember Johnny Somali? I've made a few videos about him. I guess you can say more than 1 or 2, probably.
Well, everybody's made more than a few videos on Johnny Somali, let's face it.
Like 30, but who's counting here, okay? There's no need to introduce this degenerate douchebag. Wherever he goes, those loyal 50 viewers always come with it. Bro is ruining his life for 50 to 80 viewers. You know how sad that is? Last time we spoke of this man, he was in Korea.
Oh, you've got a
once
backpack?
Again,
good. I love those backpacks. They're awesome. I had one where you could wear them in like 6 different ways. You could wear them facing you, facing out, on your back. What was the other one? There was on your, I think you could do it like a crisscross, like your backpack straps could be crisscrossed.
People, and as a matter of fact, he got beat up. He got attacked, and he was forced to apologize, and then he was held in Korea for a few weeks.
Yeah, I remember
completely
that.
forgot about him until today when I saw this, and I quote, "We will destroy Japan. I promise you, I will bring back vengeance." Bro's talking like a retarded superhero here, and if I'm not mistaken,
You mean a retarded super villain?
please feel free to correct me, but he's been stuck in Korea for the last 2 to 3 months. I believe his trial was supposed to start sooner, but it got delayed until March. I think the death penalty is best. I might have to title the video something like "You Deserve to Die" or something along those lines. I want to see how far I could push my title before I have to go get a real job. I mean,
before I have to go get a real job. That's funny.
You're fucking insane. You're a fucking idiot. But I mean, I've been pushing the limits.
He really
and if
is.
you appreciate my brave and based sacrifice, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. The banned Kick streamer has been stuck in Korea ever since he was charged with the obstruction of business after a chaotic stream inside a 7-Eleven store. He also came...
Now, this is from, because you haven't been paying attention to the Somali stuff, this is 3 weeks ago. I put an Atozi video in here from yesterday because Atozi's been at the trial with Kurt, Legal Mindset, and a couple other lawyers. They've been at the trial.
Oh, they
and
flew.
Holy shit, is it going insane?
Okay.
So once you know, like, get caught up here, and then you'll see the Atozi video.
Came under fire for delaying buses after blasting music
Delaying
out loud, playing
buses?
North
What the
Korea
fuck?
propaganda, and by also kissing a statue of peace. And then he recorded this video.
Hello to the people of Japan and the people of the world. I want to make this message because I've been gone for a long time. Let me introduce myself if you don't know me already. I am Johnny Somali. I am part of the criminal nuisance live streamer gang called CX.
Oh, please. Please. The criminal nuisance streamer gang?
I am a high-ranking member in the black sheep of the family. We are ran
Wait, what?
by our top leader, Ice Poseidon. He's the leader of CX and Miskiff, the leader of OTK.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not OTK. He's not calling... Oh, God.
Ice Poseidon. He's the leader of CX and Miskiff, the leader of OTK. We are part of a live streaming international criminal mafia of nuisance streamers that have came to Japan to bring you freedom, to bring you American values.
Oh, yes, because, well, I hate to say it, but, you know, the American value of being annoying.
You weak Japs will never stop us.
You
will never
whoa!
stop CX. You will never stop Johnny Somali. You will never stop Ice Poseidon, Paul Danino, who is my mentor, my teacher, my leader. If it was not for Ice Poseidon, I would have never came to Japan. And if you try to arrest Ice Poseidon, if you try to stop Paul Danino or any of our group, if you try to stop ABZ Abdullah, the terrorist, the one that paid for all of our kick deals and state deals, if you try to stop ABZ Abdullah, this fat fuck, I promise you I'll be back in Japan soon.
So, in case you guys don't know who Ice Poseidon is, he was a streamer.
In case you guys don't know who Ice Poseidon is and you're on the internet and somehow you've managed to live under a virtual rock for the past 5 years.
One. I don't know too much of him. I know he's extremely controversial. That's what he's talking about. And that guy right now is currently in Japan. Because I know that it's Ice Poseidon and then this other guy who goes by World of T-Shirts, who's in Japan right now, who threatened to kill a couple who has been harassing and kicking Japanese people while live streaming this.
Damn country! Fuck Japan!
What the fuck? Why? This is why... I'm sorry to say it, but stuff like this is why people don't like Americans. It has nothing to do with Trump. Like, everyone's like, oh, Trump derangement syndrome, blah, blah, blah. No, people have not liked Americans for a long time. And I'm sorry to say, but Johnny Somali does embody a lot of what I've seen. Like, when I went to the States for my American history field trip, for example, I saw some pretty rude shit over there. Like the way that people treat customer service people, for example. Especially if they're not white. Not the people doing the treatment, the customer service people. Because I saw a white lady treat this poor Latin woman like crap. Well, come here then. Dude, come and talk.
I'll fucking murder you! I make 400 grand a fucking year!
You make 400 grand a year and you carry on like that, sir? Well, then... I don't know how to respond to that.
I'll kill you!
And listen to his cameraman just gig. Huh? What did you say? Yo, the cameraman's just laughing like an idiot.
Damn country! I want to go home to Italy.
Then go home.
Fuck to Italy.
I want to go home to Italy. What the?
You fuck! I don't get paid enough.
I might talk about that as well. These fucking douchebags.
Like this is like. Oh. I can't stand this shit. I can't stand, and I would if there were Canadian live streamers running around showing off the bad parts of Canadian culture, I would point it out too. Because I'm not saying Canadian culture is perfect. Because there are some
need to be stopped. They need to be thrown out of the country. They're just giving
Americans
a horrible look, especially if you're in a foreign country. You're a guest, so behave because American influencers make all foreigners look bad. Not
he's doing, okay?
Yeah.
Let's get out of there. So, where is it? Where'd it go?
Where did what go?
Oh, I know where it went. Hold on. Be right back. Hold on, people. We'll be right back.
Okay, so.
Here, solar cam, while you talk for a minute while I do this.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Hold on, let's go on a break for a second.
Are we on the be right back screen?
Not yet, because this stupid fucking Apple. Because Apple is shit. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be right back.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes.
The obvious implication is that I am a Nazi apologist. That's clearly what he's implying. Obviously, you can't say that, because if you say that, it sounds insane and retarded. So the only thing that you can do is imply that and hope that the schizos that watch the video will get the message.
I hate this Nazi scum
in March
and everything
2024.
And YouTube keeps showing me his face on my feed. In this country, we kill Nazis.
This was actually a message about Asmon by the schizo that is now being investigated for threatening the life of President Trump. And now even more creators have joined the fold.
Our enemies are Nazis. They're evil. They are not people the way that we're people. I mean, we're talking about. He really.
This disrespectful IRL stream.
I always thought Billy
Oh,
Okay, we're back. Well, you're back.
Yes.
And now you're front. Thanks to the camera. Look. Aha. Okay, so we do that, and then we go theater mode. There. Okay, ready? This is the update.
All streamers in
Go
complete
ahead.
denial
Welcome
that he
back.
ruined his own life. I mean, it's so bad that he doesn't even understand the world of trouble he's actually in. Things have just got so bad for this guy that he is now promising to go back to harassing people in public while his trial is ongoing because he no longer cares, I guess.
If y'all want chaos, let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil.
What do you think you are, the real life Joker? Like, what the
If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
Do you just not, like, what? I don't understand. Is this like a super long troll that you're doing that you just don't care anymore about? Like, I don't get it.
With no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation, I will be your man.
As if you think he couldn't do anything dumber. Doing this during his ongoing criminal trial, he surprises us yet again. So obviously, we're talking about the IRL streamer Johnny Somali, who's recently been held in Korea for months after streaming himself commit multiple felonies in Korea for donations and attention. This has obviously backfired a bunch against him because he's his own star witness against himself.
And now, apparently, even with all of this going on, Kick is like, we're gonna make becoming a monetized streamer on Kick more easy.
Currently, he's facing several charges, some of which he's already pleaded guilty to, which I've already covered here on this channel since I flew out to South Korea for his trial. And going into that trial, I don't know why, but I thought maybe, just maybe he would be respectful and play a little bit smart for a better shot at a lighter sentence.
You did you? You actually thought he would, like, calm down and actually do the right thing?
I was so incredibly wrong. I mean, the dude showed up over an hour late to his own trial, still drunk, because he decided to live stream drunk just hours before he had to wake up for his early morning trial. But as you guys know from watching my previous video, the trial couldn't have gone worse for him. He made an absolute terrible impression on the judge, and he accidentally leaked new charges against himself while he was drunk the night before. And
That's funny. That's funny. He leaked new stuff against, this is why you don't do this.
And I guess, like, as if things couldn't get more ironic, his case number ends with 666. So, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but that's a wild coincidence. But either way, he for some reason thinks the trial went great for him and that he'll only get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, because he thinks, like, I'm not gonna say it.
You're the one who's gonna look so dumb when I don't get any jail time or anything. Like, bro, I'm gonna laugh like a...
Dude, you're going away for a long time.
Really? Look, I did go there and recognize all the charges. I said I was guilty. I did say all this because it's just gonna be a fine. What?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I'm just gonna pay and leave.
You
bro.
don't
like,
live.
You can't go to jail for this.
Oh, yes, you can. You may not be able to go to jail for it in the States, but you can go to jail for it in other countries, my friend.
You literally cannot.
Yeah, I was there. Things really did not go his way. How does he not realize? Since he pleaded guilty to multiple charges, he will now be convicted as a felon there. And he will now be charged as a repeat offender for his next case, which is a way more serious charge. And also, every clip that we're going to watch in today's video, which is a way more serious, and he will now be charged as a repeat offender for his next case.
There you go. So now he's getting hit with the repeat offender
Which
charge.
is a way more serious charge. And also, every clip that we're going to watch in today's video, he will only make things infinitely worse for himself as each clip goes by. Because I keep saying this guy somehow always finds the dumbest way possible to react to every situation that he's in. It's like he's trying to go for a maximum sentence for all of his charges here.
No, it's because people of his generation truly just don't understand the consequences of their actions because they've never received any. it's not just like it goes beyond country or culture at this point. It's a generational thing.
And the prosecutors and judge will see all of these videos here. I mean, now even the Korean media is calling for a harsh punishment for him. So there's a lot of pressure for this guy not to walk. Then of course, he's his own star witness and making everything worse for himself. As he
his lawyer, if he has one, is probably like, oh my God, make him stop. I bet you his
in this
lawyer
video,
hates him.
what we observed in the trial was true. He was indeed drunk.
Hank is saying like long live China, stuff like that, but bro, I'm slurring. I'm drunk. John King.
This guy just consists.
He should get more than 10 years.
10 to 15 years in Korea. Everyone else is just saying, send him over the line.
Yeah.
Throw him up north. Have him go play with Kim.
Yeah.
Instantly removes any plausible deniability from his own trial. But he did a breakdown where he talked about his side of the trial, and this is where we learned how delusional this dude really is.
I'm gonna give you guys the post-trial
Yeah, he would.
breakdown. We have all this news right here from Korean and other sources. I want you guys to send me in the Discord right now to react to. I'm gonna give you the whole real, unadulterated, true story.
No, you're not. No, you're not, because you don't understand what's going on.
I have footage. I have footage from the court that y'all haven't seen. I got footage from the court that y'all don't know about.
How do you
They're
have footage from the
claiming that,
court?
like, I
Was your
came in
cameraman
and I
there
was,
filming?
Blindsided by the fact that I had a new charge and was like sitting in the wrong place and was nervous. This was a breeze, and the only reason I'm ready to start going live again, because honestly I have no fear. Like, that's really these people are clout chasing off my name so
They're
badly.
Yes, the law enforcement of a different country is clout chasing off of your name. Yes, that makes sense.
Like, look at this. I got these these are from Pakistan saying I arrived late and hungover. Okay, they're not lying about that part. I'll give you that. I was late to the court by like an hour. I was hungover. I'm gonna be honest about that. It wasn't really that big of a deal. It wasn't really that big of a deal.
Okay, everything you did in court signals to the judge that you don't care nor respect them. You're doing nothing to favor any lighter sentence for yourself. But let's hear this full truth here.
You know, I showed up drunk. I showed up happy. Like, the charges that they have me put on, the charges that they have me for are such minor, minuscule.
Yeah, hour late and hungover, and he thinks that this is okay. That nothing's gonna happen
Charges,
to him.
it's obstruction of, like, bro, spilling a cup of noodles, carrying a fish. But they got me for, like, spilling a cup of noodles. They got me for carrying
didn't spill the noodles. You like threw them around the restaurant, dude.
Stinky fish. They got me for some, bro. Like, this is, you can't go to jail for that in any country. But the reason I've been quiet is I didn't want to really feed the trolls. I didn't really want to feed like this energy of these just lying and making up all this bullshit about me.
Okay, so why would you risk extending your sentences by acting like a complete moron? It's also everything that he's done between these charges that also goes into account for when they're choosing how harsh they're going to be during the sentencing. And it doesn't help that everything he's done basically since he was served with his criminal lawsuit has hurt him more than help him. It just seems like he's still operating like he's in the US.
Like, this is a good point that Atozi's making.
No, most likely you wouldn't get any serious prison time for any of these antics in the US.
No, you wouldn't. Not in the U.S. You'd get slapped with, like, maybe 60 days and some community service and whatever. But this is not the U.S. This is not, like, this is a completely different country.
But in South Korea, the country that's held him in limbo there for over 4 months against his will, clearly, they operate differently. So why would you ever act like a moron and test your luck when you really don't have to?
Like, I cannot believe how low life you have to be.
How low life?
And this Tozy made at least 21 videos about me. This made how many videos?
Yeah, we're all making videos and live streams about you, dude, because you're a moron and it's fun to laugh at you.
Johnny Somali, he's over. 99 years, he's done.
You are
I don't know
over.
how people still keep following for this. This made the same videos about me in Israel, Japan, like, and I'm still fine.
The dude claims he's fine, yet this is him right now. As of now, he's a walking case of survivor bias, and it seems like he'll be stuck in Korea for at least the next year.
Yep,
what are you talking about? Still fine. I flew out to cover you being an absolute idiot in court. And yeah, we got some views. Meanwhile, you fly across the world to harass people in public for 40 viewers, and those people want to see you get hurt or arrested.
They do. They're not watching him because they love him and they think his content is great. They're watching and donating to get him in shit.
I cover laughably stupid stuff on the internet, so I guess congratulations for being laughably stupid enough times for me to make so many videos on you. But sure, dude, go continue to harass people in Korea and see how that plays out for you in the multiple cases that are coming your way. Because that's exactly what he's planning, even though he has these ongoing trials.
If y'all give me the support and the donations and the love, the power chats, the crypto donation, I'm ready, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want chaos, let me be your conduit. Let me be your bastion of the evil. If you want to see anarchy, if you're an anarchist and you want somebody that is going to crash out with no remorse, with no sense of self-worth, with no sense of self-preservation.
Why do you sound so proud of not having a sense of self-worth or self-preservation? Like, that is not something to be proud of.
I will be your man. I'm building up the Johnny Somali Pirates.
I mean, this absolute moron
The
just made it extremely
Somali
clear to the
Pirates?
prosecutor and the judge that if he is not locked up, he will continue to harass civilians and businesses on the street for profit. And if that statement isn't bad enough, apparently he's itching to crash out.
I'm ready to crash out. Do you know how long it's been since I crashed out?
Dude, why do you want that? Like, who wants to crash out? That's not something that you would, like, ever should enjoy.
I'm itching. I'm itching. And you're not gonna understand. ABZ's here. I could take a train to ABZ in 30 minutes right now. Shut his shit down. Oh.
Wait.
Shut his shit down. Oh, and shut that pepper spray and everything right now. I can go shut ABZ down right now.
Who the fuck you couldn't?
The only thing he's going to do here is rack up more charges. I mean, this is honestly some David Goggins level commitment to being a full-blown moron.
Yeah.
This is exactly why you need to love your kids, so they don't end up dedicating their lives to harassing strangers on the street for profit. But
No. It's not just about loving your kids, because I have a feeling that Johnny Somali's parents loved him very much. They just never said no to him. That's the problem. You can love your kids to the point of spoiling the crap out of them and turning them into little rotten shits. It's saying no to your kids that is the important thing. Say no to them.
But he did go on to talk about why he pleaded guilty.
Why I pled guilty 2 days ago or yesterday? It's because, bro, do you think I want to sit in this country any longer? Bro, if they got you for some, bro, I'm telling you, everything I pled guilty yesterday is like $50 fines, $100 fines.
You were a public nuisance and you have beat your kids.
Playing music on a bus, spilling a cup of noodles, carrying a... Bro, they trying
Dude,
to
you did not spill the noodles. You threw the noodles. You blasted music on the bus. You delayed the bus. You fuck... Oh my god.
Saying, do you want to eat fish? It's in quotations on the indictment. I have the indictment right here. It says you told someone, do you want to eat fish? In what country is that a charge?
If you're being a public nuisance, in many countries.
But do you think I'm really gonna sit there and argue with the judge over $100 fine? I'm guilty, so what?
Dude, it's not $100 fine.
It's so stupid. Yeah, they think this is the police don't joke. I know in Japan they don't have sarcasm, but really in Korea the police have no sarcasm.
Oh, I'm sure they have sarcasm.
The girl told me, why did you say you're part of a criminal organization called FT and CX if you're not a part of it? Why did you say that? And I said, you know what I mean? I said, you gotta ask them. You gotta ask the leaders. They really are onto this. They think it's not a game.
Dude,
it's not a game. It's not. It's genuinely incredibly rude and disrespectful, and it makes your country look bad, and it makes it's a bad look.
It's hard to understand sarcasm when there's a language barrier and they're not familiar with you.
Yeah.
And being sarcastic to someone who has your freedom in their hands, that's definitely not the bright thing to do.
Whenever they showed me on the camera, when they showed me on the, I'm gonna take the headphones on because you're not even reacting yet. When they put the camera on me, like on that paparazzi, like purple walk they do in Japan, the detective was so angry. He's like, why did you smile at the cameras? Why did you smile at the cameras? In Asia, they really don't like this. It's like a saving face thing. Like this is like the worst you can do.
Yeah, so learn the fucking culture, dude. Don't fucking grin at the camera like a moron. Like, be respectful.
Like this, they tweak the out.
So why are you doing this again? When, yet again, your freedom is in their hands.
Yeah.
You're also providing the prosecutor and the judge with the information that you're extremely aware and intentional with your actions.
Yeah, you are making it look exactly like you don't care and that you're just gonna stream again as soon as you leave.
But I guess this like false sense of security is based on what he found from another case of a woman getting 2 years for obstruction of business for crashing her car into a convenience store.
She drove her car into the convenience store.
How do you...
Took a car and crashed into the convenience store in...
How do you manage... I've never understood that. There was somebody in the city we used to live in, and they took out the front of a Tim Hortons. They like drove through the window of the Tim Hortons, and I'm just like, how do you do that? How do you, as a driver, drive into a building that is like not on the road? Like, it's not like buildings sit.
My favorite is the one that drove through the liquor store front entrance, but the liquor store front entrance is parallel to the parking lot.
The liquor store front. Oh, yeah. The liquor store that somebody drove through the front of, but the liquor store is parallel to the parking lot. So, like, you would have had to turn the car and drive.
He beat up the convenience worker, destroyed the whole store, like literally attempted murder, bro. Like, she did this, and she got 2 years. She got 2 years because Korea is a woman in a feminist society. Whatever the feminism buff is the American passport, U.S. citizen buff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I got the same buff.
You're not in a video game, my dude. It's not a buff or a nerf. You're a live character.
The same buff as her.
Honestly, I feel like the American part is kind of a debuff in your situation. Also, I would put my money on that she was respectful and remorseful in court. And
oh yeah, probably. Well, I don't drive, but if I drove into a store, I would be rather remorseful.
Definitely not showing up late, drunk, and being racist towards the judge and prosecutor.
No.
So they are very different cases, and he has multiple charges pending, which stack with each other.
It's like that meme. Nothing ever happens. That's what I'm trying to tell these. Nothing ever happens. I'm telling these to lower their expectations. Yes, you hate me. You don't like me. I don't give a if you like me or not.
No, we noticed.
Don't put this. Oh, the karma's gonna get him. Some shit's gonna get him because you're gonna feel left. You're gonna feel let down, bro.
I guess we'll see how that statement ages. But he had a lot to say about the creator showing up to the trial. But I'll focus on what was about me.
So the thing is, we just got out of the trial. It went absolutely terrible for Johnny because
absolutely terrible. It was a 5-minute long trial.
Was it? Was it now?
They just said, what's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation? Come back April 9th. Don't be late next time.
That's not a trial, dude. That's not... Oh my god. That's a continuance. That is straight up a continuance. That is not the actual trial.
Okay, well, that's simplifying things a little bit too much. It was a little over 10 minutes, and in that short amount of time, you disrespected the judge, the prosecutors, and pled guilty for 3 charges. One of those charges included a felony, and you have more charges coming your way, and seemingly a separate case where you will now be tried as a repeat offender. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't say that went well for you. But in frustration, he then continues to disrespect the judge.
Essentially, he got in trouble for, number 1, wearing the hat.
I didn't get in trouble. I don't speak Korean. Said take the hat off. I don't know what these guys are saying.
And they don't have a translator for you? Are you trying to tell me they don't have a translator for you?
Said take the hat off. I don't know what the Someone told me to take the hat off. I took it off.
Why'd you show up wearing it? You knew where you were going. Why were you wearing it?
Carrying a water bottle. Is that a, like, what? Like, bro, like, they take the most little and try to make it like, they told him to take a hat off.
That's
Like,
what I
well-
mean. Like, he's lying about not having a translator. I don't understand what they're saying to me. Bullshit. Like, yes, you do.
What? Like, what are you talking about?
How stupid do you have to be? I mean, like, what do you mean talking the most little shit? I went there to report exactly what happened within those closed doors. So I'm walking everyone through from start to finish of what happened in that trial. Does it bother me that he had a water bottle? No, not at all. But at the time of this stream, no one knew exactly what happened in that courtroom except for the people that were inside the courtroom, which is why as soon as the trial was over, I needed to get out of the building so I could go live for you guys. I tried to go live outside the courthouse, but my 4G connection was not good enough. So we then went to the nearby Starbucks and went live.
4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Oh, I hear that sounds like Kurt.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about, the
How did I just discover about it? I can pull out the paper with the date on it that proves and show it to this camera that I knew about every single charge. They just make up. He didn't know. He didn't. No, you didn't know.
Dude, we were there. This is why your next hearing is April 9th.
Yeah, you literally had the thing pushed off because you were late and disrespectful and nothing was getting accomplished. Like, what are you talking about?
Because your lawyer needed time to review the new charge before you entered a plea.
He's been playing his cards in the worst way possible.
What worst way? I didn't do anything. Like, I haven't played
Yes,
any
you
cards.
did.
Like, I'm not playing any cards. I'm just waiting for it to be over. But
I'm not playing any cards except for the stupid retard troll card.
Listen, I'm gonna tell this to these. I'm not locked in Korea. These Koreans are locked in here with me. It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
You must think
I'm not locked in here. They locked in here with me.
Like, this is clearly a man whose childhood, like, everybody in his family must have been like, oh my god, look at what little Johnny's up to. Oh, Johnny, he's such the life of the party. Such a, like, this is clearly, like, this kid was raised as the main character. Like, you can tell, like, nobody in this kid's family told him, Johnny, sit down, shut up. You're not funny. You're being annoying. You're being disruptive. Like, clearly, nobody has said this to this kid.
I didn't even, bro. If you think I caused chaos when I was going live, like in October and September, bro, they haven't seen nothing yet.
Dude literally says what cards, and then he goes ahead and doubles down playing the worst hand possible. Like, if you're in a trial harassing people in public for profit, and then you go home and announce on your live stream that you're just getting started, what happens to you?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Son of Sam or Zodiac or frickin', like, any of the really prolific serial killers had just been like, oh, you think what you saw was bad, like before. You think all those bodies were bad. You just wait. You just wait till I get out of this trial and I go home. I'm just gonna massacre the entire town that I live in. Like,
happens to you, man. I mean, you're not giving the judge nor prosecutor any reason to go light on you. It's just not going to help your case at all. I mean, even in the US, that would be a dumb idea. But
yeah,
he's still
somehow
operating like he's in the US and isn't at the mercy of a foreign court system. But I mean, hey, whatever happens will just likely be jaw-droppingly stupid, and he will just yet again make everything worse for himself.
He's not wrong. All he's doing is just the stupidest, dumbest shit.
For 5 minutes. A Tozy flew from America. Imagine, bro, this flight was 12 hours to sit down for 5 minutes. 600 times the time. You flew 12, 15 hours for that? That's his clothing. His clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, my God, his suit was too big. He was smiling, and then he stopped smiling. This is journalism?
Yeah, you show up and report what happened. That's journalism. And I will be honest, if this trial was in a place that wasn't on my bucket list, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, like, you know, South Korea, he probably wanted to see it.
This just gave me a wonderful excuse to go explore Seoul for a couple days. So, I mean, I can't complain at all because I had a great time and some of the best food of my life. Dude, I ate at a Michelin star restaurant and I paid for both myself and my editor. And what we got was 2 bowls of hand-cut noodles and this like beef broth with beef, and then 2 orders of mandu, which I think are like
He also had a bet with his subscribers that if he got a certain amount of something, that he would go, and he made the goal. Subscriber goal.
Oh, it was a subscribe. Okay, it was a subscriber goal.
It's like Korean dumplings essentially.
Okay.
And it was all for like $34.
Holy
Hands
shit.
down, top 3 noodle places I've had in my life. And then on top of that, like the people there are just amazing. I don't understand why someone like him would just show up and disrespect them for profit. Either way,
I wouldn't mind trying like actual Korean food in Korea, or like I'm there is so the difference between North American. Okay, I would like to eat actual Asian or Korean food cooked by a Korean. Huh?
life is good, and I'm just happy I got a reason to go visit South
I
Korea.
want Thai food, damn it.
We have the 2 misdemeanors, which number 1, it was for the fish.
Minor Crimes Act.
The Minor Crimes Act, which are essentially
Minor Crimes Act, misdemeanor. So why don't you tell everybody the max fine is $50, $100 for that? Why don't they tell me? They don't want to tell me the truth. You have 2 minor crimes.
Why are you talking like that?
$100, $150 for 2. It's like $70 each.
This is... I almost feel sorry for him for how stupid he is. Almost.
Why did they tell us the truth?
Okay. Then once you stack those misdemeanors with the felonies and the amount of time that he's stuck in Korea waiting for his trial, and suddenly he's there for a long time. He's sitting there laughing, but he's the only one here who's being held against his will in Korea.
You have to have some kind of weirdness in your brain. I'm gonna fly 7,000 miles across the world to watch a 5-minute hearing. They said, what's your name? What's your address? What's your occupation? Okay, bye-bye. See you April 9th.
Yeah, except he also got to explore a place that he wanted to explore and, like, try food he wanted to try. And, like, it wasn't all about you, Johnny. Because guess what? Not everybody's life is all about you.
Minor tickets, fines. I don't know what these thought going to be an O.J. Simpson trial.
The dude is just so mad that people showed up and told the world how cooked he seems to be. Like, the only good thing he has going for himself here is at least he's stuck in an awesome country. But a Korean lawyer did also come out and share his opinion that a slap on the wrist is not...
Huh? Oh, that's a good question. Why doesn't he come back to
Not
the
really in the
States
cards for
until
Johnny here
April
either.
9th?
So Johnny, he can just spin it however he wants, but the fact of the matter is he could not return to the US right now, no matter how much he wants to.
You're the one who's gonna look so dumb when I don't get any jail time or anything. Like bro, I'm gonna laugh.
Dude, you're already stuck in the country.
Yeah,
They took
look,
your passport.
I did go there and recognize all the charges. I said I was guilty. I did say all this because okay, it's just gonna be a fine. What the? I'm just gonna pay it and leave, bro. Like,
No, you're not, because if you could have just paid it and leave, then you would have been gone already.
you can't go to jail for this. You can't. Like, you literally cannot.
I mean, again, I wouldn't really say that's a good strategy for his trial, but it's not like anything he's done has been a good strategy for his trial. So it's not like too much has changed here. So I guess with some time, we'll find out what actually happens. But if you want to see the full coverage of the trial, you can watch this video right here. And I'll be dropping a vlog of my journey in Korea for the members only here on the channel as well in the next couple of days. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
So yeah, that's Johnny's dumb bullshit. What was I doing here? Where's our thing? Okay, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm going to go to the washroom and then I'll be back and we're gonna do some more videos. So share out the stream while I'm gone. I'll be right back. Oh. Okay. I am back. Alright. We're gonna do a couple more. No one knows what's going on. What's this one? Let's see what this one is. Okay. What is this?
Oh, so if I were to say, like, what's at the heart of the sort of, like, why is the Democrat propaganda machine so fired up to destroy me?
Because
that's the main reason.
Because you are saying things that I don't even know, honestly.
The main reason is that entitlements fraud. That includes like Social Security, disability, Medicaid. Entitlements fraud for illegal aliens is what is serving as a gigantic magnetic force to pull people in from all around the world and keep them here.
See, and this is why things like disability, things like Social Security don't get increased the way they should, because there are so many people that are taking advantage of it that A, shouldn't be here, and B, shouldn't be on it.
Like basically, if you pay people at a standard of living that is above 90% of Earth, then you have a very powerful incentive for 90% of Earth to come here and to stay here. But if you end the illegal alien fraud, then you turn off that magnet, and they leave, and they stop coming, and the ones that are here, many of them will simply leave.
And then they stop voting for the people that allow this fraud to take place. And then those people who aren't being voted in anymore are upset and panicked, because then they don't have a job.
Obviously. Yeah, we're giving them a bunch of money and we're giving them jobs under the table. Fucking duh. Find me the, look at the behavior, find the incentive, change the incentive, change the behavior.
Yep.
Wow, what a surprise. I can't believe it.
But apparently that's racist to say. Apparently change the incentive, change the behavior is a racist attitude.
It's like, here's an example. Like in WoW, everybody does ICC to get invincible.
Sure.
There's if they took invincible out of that raid, everybody stopped doing the raid.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't understand ICC and all that shit, but if they took invincibility away, people would stop using it. He's right.
Because they do it because it drops the mount. They take the mount out, people stop doing it. It's it's fucking common sense.
And if that happens,
everything referenced to WoW,
they will lose a massive number of Democratic voters.
Of course, everything is referenced to WoW. He's a WoW player.
And if it didn't happen, they would turn those people into voters.
Correct.
Which they were trying to do.
They're already turning them. So in New York State, illegal aliens can already vote in state and city elections.
Same with California, I believe.
A lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that. I mean, they're trying to fight that, and they're trying to stop that, but they're currently, I think it's like 600,000 are registered to vote, illegal aliens, in New York.
Sounds like bullshit. We're going to look it up.
Here you go. He's doing some searching. Let's see.
Okay, so it seems like that's not really going on.
It's not?
Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, that's crazy. Right? I mean, I don't think so.
See, what percentage of the stuff that Elon Musk and Donald Trump's are saying is actually true? Like, what? This is what I really want to know. How much of the stuff that Trump and Musk are saying right now is actually true? We've already discovered that the whole subsidizing Canada to the tune of $200 billion is not true. We've figured out the trade deficit is $60 billion and the subsidy is $20 million. So why, like, how much of what is being said here is false?
They could vote in New York because you aren't allowed to show your ID.
Is that true?
Like, you have to show something though, right?
Yeah, how do you, like, you can't just show up and vote without anything. Like, what do you mean you're not allowed to show your ID to vote in New York? What does that mean?
I mean, you can't just say, like, I'm here. Like, so how does it work?
Yeah.
So, like, let me get this straight. So, in New York, you just go up to a ballot box and you just vote.
That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. Like, how can you just go up to a ballot box and vote? Like, you've got to have something, like a proof of address, like something.
There's, like, no checks for this shit at all?
There has to be. There has to be.
You need to register.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to be registered to vote then.
That's all you need in some cases. Except it's municipal and state level, not federal. The constitutional argument has to do with the federal level, not the state or municipal level, unless it's written into the state constitution.
Well,
That's the difference.
if you're a citizen, you shouldn't be allowed, or if you're not a citizen, you shouldn't be, like, up here, right? Okay.
You just have to be a taxpayer.
So, like, my old O&M instructor could vote in her city stuff.
Sure she can.
She just can't vote provincially or federally.
Right.
Okay.
No, you don't? What?
There's a whole big hubbub about that a few years ago.
Asmongold's going on a big searching mission
To
now.
free register to vote in New York. Yes.
What? Where? No, what room?
You have to be a U.S. citizen. Registration is mandatory.
Yeah, registration. Of course registration is mandatory. That makes sense.
But how do they check? So, wait a minute. How do they... I don't understand this. How do they check? Period. How do they verify?
Yeah, how do you register to vote without a verification?
Signature. They match your signature to the voter registration.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds stupid, but that's how they do it.
So you could sign my name.
Let's just say this. I'm not gonna say whether or not when I lived in California, if I did or did not vote in a state nor municipal elections.
Okay.
We will just say that. Okay?
You missed a paragraph in the first response?
Say whether or not I walked to the library and walked from my house and voted.
No, I don't see this. The last paragraph?
Okay.
Now, here's the fun part.
There's no...
I actually got asked an interesting question yesterday. There was actually an interesting question put out yesterday. For $100,000 a person, would we be willing to allow the annexation of Canada? Well, I said, 500 grand a head, you wipe everybody's debt, wipe everybody's kind of thing out to where we own our property just as if we would. We have all the same rules and rights, but you have to realize that we stay as our individual provinces or new states. Then you add 11, not just one. But we leave it at that. There's all sorts of fun stuff we can do with this. We wipe that. Okay, great. We make it so there's no history of anything for anybody. We're all new.
That's not going to work.
Exactly. There's no way to actually allow the countries to become one without massive conflict. So that whole argument can just go out the window.
Yeah. You couldn't pay me to be an American. I'm sorry.
That's what I mean.
I'm sorry. I just... No. No.
The funnier part is like I said, I won't say it, but some people have said that I deserved it because you served for us. You should have these right. No. My green card expired. I said bye.
Yeah.
And I came home, which is what every one of them should do. When your visa expires, go home.
Yeah. Yep.
There's no evidence. Imprisonment only affect illegal non-citizens. Is it firm? No. Well, they register a fake name. A driver's license, your name on the list. Last paragraph of the second answer. So yes, registration is mandatory. No registration, no vote. Simple as that.
Yeah. But you can register, I'm guessing, at the DMV or something similar, like with your driver's license. And that's probably how somebody who's illegal gets to vote in a state and municipal.
Verification. New York doesn't require voter ID at the polls for most registered voters. Just your signature was just checked against your registration record.
Okay, and that's what Pink Hollow was just saying.
You can register at the poll.
So then they do have voter ID.
Yeah.
But it's just not asked for while you're there.
Also, don't forget, it may or may not have been long before technology was available for this. There was no digital shit.
It's just indirect. You can fake a signature. But in order to fake a signature, you'd have to be committing identity theft. And if you're committing identity theft, then you could just vote no matter what. That's a felony. Well, what I'm saying is, like, so that's no different than, like, here, for example. Read the first bullet point. New York State Constitution specifies that every citizen is entitled to vote. This has been interpreted to exclude non-citizens, including undocumented immigrants, from voting. Federal law also prevents non-citizens from voting in federal election in New York. No. We're not seeing this.
No.
I don't know. Like, all right, I'm not sure about this.
That is wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at, say, FEMA, like the agency that was paying for illegal aliens to stay at luxury hotels in New York was FEMA. That's an agency that's meant to support Americans in distress from natural disasters, was paying for luxury hotels for illegals in New York.
It's true. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Fact.
They're literally, like, when we stopped that payment,
This did happen?
we stopped all those monies, because that's obviously an insane way to spend taxpayer money.
I agree with that.
The New York
They got very
sued the
angry.
government, sued the federal government to...
Yeah, they did. They got very, very angry for the government stopping those payments.
to get the money. So you could just look at their lawsuit. They were sending that money even after President Trump signed an executive order saying it needs to stop. They still press send on $80 million to luxury hotels in New York. Your tax.
So they did the thing, even though the president said not to do the thing.
Of course they did, because they're a democratic state. They're not a democratic, a Democrat state. And so they said, fuck you, Trump, we're going to do it anyway.
I mean, like, can't you charge them for that or something? Like, I mean, like, there's got to be something you got to do about this. Here's the thing, right? Is like, you got these people roaching out again. They weren't even luxury hotels. It was worse. They were regular hotels charging the city luxury prices.
Are we sure? Do we know that for sure? He's gonna go search again. He's gonna search. He's pull. Huh? Motel 6 is charging Hilton rates. Yeah.
Here's what actually happened. Reimbursed FEMA through its shelter and services program, reimbursed New York City for costs related to housing migrants. They received about $80 million. The hotels weren't luxury either.
And what? See, and Destiny put out a fucking video the other day on Twitter at Asmongold doing his own research. But Destiny's trying to be all like catty and shit. He's a bundle of sticks.
Sir. Found that the city paid an average of $156 a night.
I bet you he's a bottom.
That's luxury, what the fuck? That's luxury, what the fuck? That's cheap for New York? Yeah, I'd say that's cheap.
Yeah.
FEMA did pay to house migrants, but not in luxury hotels and not with disaster relief money.
So, Asmongold is...
I still want my money back? Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But, like... Why are Trump and Elon lying about whether or not people were in luxury hotels or not? Like, what does it matter? Why are we lying about it?
I do too. Like, I don't want to spend any money on this shit either, but still.
They should be telling the truth.
Why aren't they paying $150 a night for me? That's a fact. That's a fact. You're paying $150 a night for some random fucking migrant and not a citizen. That's a fucking fact. Absolutely.
Yeah. Why were they not paying to shelter hurricane victims at $150 a night until their shit was cleaned up? Why were they housing migrants at $150 a night? Illegal migrants.
Now you're asking the important questions.
Money went to pay for illegal aliens in luxury hotels in New York from an agency that is meant to help Americans in distress from natural disasters.
Right, and I would like to know how
up.
much. And I would like to know how much they spent on North Carolina and how much they spent on Maui.
Yes, exactly. What's actually happening is they're buying voters. That's really what's happening. It's like a giant voter fraud scam.
See, like, I think he's right. It's just that it's not right. He's not right in this specific way.
No.
Like, I think that, like, the effect is the same.
They're importing voters, and it's really just a matter of time. So, like, if a lot of people have
So what
trouble.
I'm saying is, like, so what I mean by that is that they're importing voters two ways, right? Number one is that they import them, and then the people have kids here, and then the kids vote, right?
Yes. That's true. The children of illegal immigrants who become natural born
because
citizens.
they're citizens, and then the kids have a degree of, you know, like on average, probably a degree of generosity towards the people that allowed their family to stay here.
Yes.
It's a long-term perspective. So like, and also, isn't the amount of congressional seats that you get based off of your overall population as well?
Something like that, I believe.
I think that there's that as well. Yes, and so like you do have this happening. I just think that he's not using a good argument for it. That's all.
No.
Well, believing this.
So
but
that's what I meant to
if
say.
The more you look at it, the more you will realize just how much of a problem this is, and how it's not just real. It is. It is an attempt to destroy democracy in America. That's what, in my view, it is what it really is. Like, if you take the sort of 7 swing states, like often the margin of victory there is like maybe 20,000 votes.
It's not that many.
If you put 200,000 illegals in there.
Why does Elon's microphone keep making that weird robotic noise? Is Elon an android and his electron brain is interfering, his positronic brain is interfering with Joe Rogan's equipment?
And they have...
By the way, this is the reason why you don't want Canada to join America, is because there's a bunch of fucking liberals up there. They're going to vote for this bullshit every time.
Oh, fuck off. Okay. I hate this shit. The Liberal Party of Canada is the Democrat Party of the United States. And the Conservatives are, I would say, more like the progressive bloc of the Republicans. Like, there's not even that crazy of a conservatism up here. We're fiscally conservative.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
No, you're not.
Like
you're wrong.
80% likelihood of voting Dem. And it's only a matter of time before they become citizens. Then those swing states will not be swing states in the future. And if they are not swing states, we'll be a permanent one-party state country.
Uh-oh.
Permanent deep blue socialist state. That's what America will become.
And that was the game plan.
That was the game plan. That is still the game plan.
And so
they almost succeeded. If the machine of which the Kamala puppet was the representation had won.
Of which the Kamala puppet was the representation. My God. The way that he talks is just so, like...
That's what would have happened.
It's so,
The reason I went so hardcore
what's the word I'm looking
for Trump was because...
Yes, pretentious.
To me, this was a fork in the road. A very obvious fork in the road. If they had another 4 years, they would legalize enough illegals in the swing states to make the swing states
no longer swing states.
Not swing states. They would be blue states.
I mean, like, if I was them, that's what I would try to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I mean, like, because if I was trying to win the election, that's what I would do.
Yep. This is exactly what, like, if that's how the election works, and you want to win, then that's what you do. Unless you want to win, honestly.
Then they would win the presidential. They'd win the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They would then make district, D.C. into a state.
Yep.
Maybe Puerto Rico get 4 extra senators, pack the Supreme Court. So then you'll have the House, Judiciary, Senate.
Yeah, why aren't they trying to make Puerto Rico the 51st state or Guam? Why are they going after us? The fuck?
Presidency, all blue, and then they will keep importing more illegals.
Yeah, because then nobody can stop them.
That outcome.
Exactly.
Basically, what happened in California.
I bet he's gonna say wow. I bet Joe's gonna say wow.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It would.
Okay. All right. I got it wrong.
Yeah, you did. I mean, Jesus Christ is just a longer version of wow, but still.
Would have been the end. That's why I went so hardcore for Trump. It was otherwise been the end, and that's
it's
why.
Literally the same thing as wow. It's just 2 extra syllables.
The Democrat machine is so intent on destroying me.
It's just so fascinating that people can't see this.
I mean, I invite people to do their research. The more they do their research, the more they will see that what I'm saying
I mean, but I don't know.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel...
So some of what you were saying isn't true there, Mr. Musk, so how can we do our research, find out that some of what you're saying is wrong?
Like the whole thing about them living in, I feel like that's not really, I mean, unless maybe this is wrong. I mean, you could say it's wrong for sure, but like it's just really it's hard to know. Everybody always lying, man. Yeah, you searching up two Grok prompts is research. I mean, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to read a Wikipedia? Do you want me to read a page of this on CNN? You think CNN's gonna give it a better shake?
If you do deep search on Grok, this is the point for this is the tool that Grok is for. If you pull up the deep search feature, it does what you're supposed. It does the dragging of all the pages that you would have read, and it sums it up, and it takes what it's read, and it averages out the information and gives you an answer. You know, what you would have done in like 30, 40 seconds. So what's the difference?
You think MSNBC, you think a news story about this that's like owned by another fucking billionaire is they're gonna be the ones that are gonna tell you what the reality is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. For sure, guys. For sure. Mm-hmm. And yeah, sources right there, click them. Yeah, and you also have the sources, like, you just look at it right here. Yeah, and so like Daily Mail, fire chief putting illegal migrants.
Yeah, it literally sources the things that it pulls up from. Like the Grok will show you where it sourced its information. It's not just like, trust me, bruh, I did a deep dive on the internet and found this. It's like, okay, this is what MSNBC is saying. This is what this is saying.
It's 5-star hotel reveals. So like this is a person, she's seeking compensation. Musk misleads on FEMA migrant related payments. Factcheck.org, Snopes, and also like, I mean, Politico, fucking Snopes, like Daily Mail. Like, am I really gonna listen to these people and say, oh yeah, this is true? No, not really. But yeah, my goal is just to know what happened.
Yeah. It's not anything except just trying to find out what happened. And Grok is a pretty good, between Grok and ChatGPT, I find that I can summarize things pretty easily and figure shit out pretty easily. Grok's voice feature is creepy as fuck, though. Like, I can see why people become addicted to their chatbots, because this thing sounds really fucking creepy. Like, here. Hold on. I want to show you guys something really creepy. Hold on. I want to show my stream how you work.
Cool. I'd love to help with that. How about I explain something simple, like how to set up a basic task list? Just let me know what you'd like me to demo for your stream, and I'll walk through it step by step in a clear, quick way. What do you think?
I think you're creepy with how human you sound.
I get that a lot. It's all part of the design to make me feel like a friendly helper. So, for your stream, how about I show off something useful, like organizing a quick to-do list?
See? It's creepy. It talks like a human being. It breathes. It's worse than voiceover. It's so fucking disturbing. It's so disturbing. Like, voiceover isn't even as human as this. It's messed up. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna switch gears for a second. Because this just happened. CPAC just dropped a very important video.
Selected. Action. Go to channel button. 60. You track 5. 17 minutes. History. View. Action. 9 minutes. Act 20. Act 16. Act 2 minutes. Act 9. Act 10 minutes. Act 50 seconds.
Where's my chat? Okay. We're going to pull up this video that just dropped from CPAC. Conservatives call on Mark Carney to disclose his financial information. Where is it? There it is.
Ask.
Okay. We're going to take a look at this video. This is important.
Good morning. We're here today because Mark Carney has failed to come clean with Canadians about his financial interests and his conflicts of interest.
Yep.
Now, we know that he's had opportunities to do that and has failed to. He hasn't answered media questions fully or honestly, and this is reminiscent for anyone who's been...
I think this is Conservative MP Michael Barrett.
...following Mark Carney over the last few months when it comes to his responses on his relationship with Brookfield Asset Management. Now, when asked about his relationship with Brookfield, first of all, he said that he had no role in Brookfield moving their headquarters and jobs from Canada to New York City.
Which was a lie.
But we know that that was a lie. And when it comes to his connections now with Brookfield, Mr. Carney won't say what his financial interests are, saying only that he's put his assets into a blind trust.
I put my assets into a blind trust and now I'm completely not a private citizen investment banker guy. Trust me.
Now, that might work for regular stocks.
Yeah.
But what we have here is Mark Carney's benefiting from assets that generate carried interest. The $15 billion Global Transition Fund, the $10 billion Second Global Transition Fund, and the $2.4 billion Catalytic Transition Fund.
Holy shit.
And I want to offer a quote from the CEO of Brookfield Asset Management.
Okay.
Put simply, carried interest is our share of the profits realized on an entire fund, subject to that fund exceeding a minimum target return for clients. If we meet fund expectations, we get 20% of the profits.
Wow! There you go. That's pretty obvious there. Holy shit.
That's from the CEO of Brookfield Asset Management. Now, why does that matter? When it comes to
that means
public
Carney
office
gets
holders,
a share
like
of
the Prime
that
Minister,
too?
and like ministers, they're supposed to recuse themselves from anything that would cause them to be in a conflict of interest. Anywhere they could take a decision that would improve their financial interests.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mark Carney has shown that in the past, he's willing to take decisions that put his own profits ahead of people.
Facts. None of these things that the Conservatives are saying is out of pocket. They've proven all of this.
Like I just mentioned, with the moving of Brookfield's headquarters from Canada to New York City. The express purpose of that was to increase profits for himself.
Yeah.
And when he was advising Justin Trudeau as the senior economic advisor, sitting in the Prime Minister's office, advising him when Brookfield Asset Management had interest in heat pumps,
He magically there was a heat pump thing with the incentives for Canadians. If you buy a heat pump, we'll give you money. Meanwhile, Carney's sitting there with all this vested interest.
What he advised Justin Trudeau to do? To push heat pumps.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Justin Trudeau did, increasing profits
for Mark
Carney. The problem is that Mark Carney knows that these funds exist. In fact, he set them up. So he knows exactly the decisions that he needs to take as Prime Minister
to
increase his...
I can't wait to get it freaking chopped off, though. I look like Pyramid Head.
Financial benefit. And saying that they're in a blind trust means that he's not going to recuse himself from any of the decisions that would lead to him increasing the financial benefit to himself. Basic transparency requires Mark Carney to confirm to Canadians, to answer questions that have been put to him by the media about what his assets are, to confirm that he will benefit from these carried interest assets, to confirm what's in his blind trust, because he knows, and he's going to continue to know that when he's making and taking decisions. The basic level of transparency that's required and the right thing to do, because Mark Carney says he has nothing to hide. So if he has nothing to hide, then it's very easy for him to come forward today and to disclose to Canadians, to finally answer media's questions about what his financial interests are and what those conflicts of interest are, because that's what Canadians expect.
He's not going to do it. He's absolutely not going to do it. He's going to sit here and say that this is a conservative talking point and it's right wing and it's all sorts of nonsense.
Thank you.
Mr. Barrett, is it your allegation that Mr. Carney got into politics to get rich? Wouldn't it make more sense for him to stay at Brookfield if he was only interested in making money?
I think Mr. Carney has shown that he's willing to use whatever position he has to further his financial interests. So as chair of Brookfield, he was also advising the government and advising them to take decisions that improved his financial position.
Yeah.
When he was on the board at Stripe, we saw...
Holy shit, he was on the board of Stripe?
Thing, with Stripe being shielded from the government when they were refusing to pass on savings to small businesses when they were required to cut their fees. And he'll help out his friends, like we saw with his decision or his relationship with the chair or the owner of Telesat, and the government taking a decision to award more than $1 billion to Telesat immediately after Mark Carney was named the senior economic advisor to Justin Trudeau.
Now, all of this, there's no way it's a coincidence.
So it seems like whatever position Mark Carney is in, he uses it to improve the financial benefit to himself.
Yeah.
And that's why the transparency that we're calling for is essential.
What do you want him to do? Do you want him to give up this money that comes from the carried interest?
No, they want him to actually own up to it. Now, I love how these media people are so obviously on the side of Mark Carney. They're like, oh my God, what do you want him to do? Like, holy crap, do you want him to give up all his money?
Concretely, what would satisfy you?
Mr. Carney needs to be transparent with Canadians. Now, if he wants to avoid the conflict of interest, he should divest, and not divest into a blind trust. It would mean that he would need to sell those assets, not to forfeit those assets or the payments that come from these carried interest assets to him. But the fact is, right now, when he's been asked if he is going to be a beneficiary of these
I have
funds,
a feeling when Poilievre wins that this guy's going to be his finance minister.
he's refused to say. And so, first of all, we need to know what the truth is, which is always hard to know when you're getting answers from Mark Carney.
That's my prediction. Michael
and then
Barrett
he needs to do the right thing
minister.
and to avoid even the appearance of a conflict of interest. Look, these Liberals have broken Canadians' trust after 9 years, they've been a government of serial ethical lawbreakers.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau, twice found guilty of breaking this very law. We had Dominic LeBlanc. We had Mary Ng.
Yeah.
We had the former finance minister, Bill Morneau.
Bill Morneau, yeah. Lots of different things, lots of different people breaking the ethical laws that we have in place. And they're all still in cabinet.
We had the parliamentary assistant to the prime minister, Greg Fergus.
Greg Fergus, the Speaker of the House,
all disregarded this law. And so we need to see from Mark Carney, instead of non-answers, full disclosure.
Yep.
Do you think the Prime Minister should call an election right away?
Yes.
First of all, Parliament should have been sitting since the last week of January. These doors have been padlocked by the Carney-Trudeau Liberals, trying to avoid the accountability and the scrutiny.
Notice the Conservatives have continuously done press conferences right outside the House of Commons on purpose to show Canadians how little work the Liberal government is doing.
That comes with a sitting Parliament.
Yep.
So we had a performative scene with Mr. Carney claiming to cancel a law all by himself the first day that he was sworn in. But that's not how it works here in Canada. Only Parliament can pass and rescind laws. And these are the kinds of things that should be debated and passed in Parliament.
And notice he's trying to do this stuff in a very similar manner to a man who he keeps shit talk. Well, attempting to shit talk. Mark Carney can't talk his way out of a wet paper bag.
Conservatives have called for Parliament to be sitting so that we could pass a plan that puts Canadians first, to pass a big bring-it-home tax cut for Canadians, to repeal the Liberals' anti-energy laws like Bill C-69, to tear down interprovincial trade barriers, to
interprovincial trade is something we desperately need.
Like the carbon tax permanently, like the tax on new home construction. But two things can be true at the same time. If the government isn't prepared to pass legislation that puts Canada first, then Canadians should decide in an election. And so while Parliament should have been sitting, Conservatives are saying that if the Carney-Trudeau Liberals aren't prepared to put Canada first by passing that legislation in the House of Commons, then it's time to take that to Canadians in an election.
Yep. Absolutely.
Recall Parliament, then go to an election right now.
Parliament should be sitting. So that point needs to be crystal clear, that Parliament should have been sitting since the last week of January.
Yeah.
But
the fact that Parliament isn't sitting, the reporters are like, would you rather have Parliament sitting or would you call an election? No, it doesn't matter. Parliament should have been sitting for a month and a half.
If Mark Carney isn't going to allow parliamentarians to debate laws and to pass legislation that puts Canadians first, then Canadians need to vote in an election, and we believe that they'll vote for a party that will put Canada first, like Canada's Conservatives.
Can I just ask you, Michael, just about, we've all seen the polls.
Michael, huh? You're not going to say Mr. Barrett? Really?
Politicians don't like to comment on polls, except for the Election Day one. Nonetheless, the polls have narrowed. Clearly, some Canadians are looking at
the
potential
polls
prime
that
ministers
poll
and making
like
a different
2,000,
choice than they might have
3,000
made
people.
6 months ago. And I wonder if you have some thoughts about why the Liberals might be back in the game. Is it because, for example,
they're not,
that Canadians don't know enough about the implications of this conflict of interest, the potential conflict of interest, or what other things do Canadians maybe need to consider about Mr. Carney aside from what you've presented today?
Well, a couple of things. It's not surprising that the Carney-Trudeau Liberals have tried to hide Mark Carney from questions. We saw him not take questions.
I don't do standalone interviews. I only do planned
for extended
scripted
periods
interviews.
of time between the debates and the Liberal leadership and the swearing in at Rideau Hall. So they've been trying to to hide him. They've avoided, of course, the scrutiny of Parliament
Yeah.
by locking parliamentarians out of the House of Commons. So they don't seem to want the scrutiny that would come with any of those accountability measures, like talking to
Of
the
course
media
not.
or dealing with parliamentarians.
Why would they want that accountability? That accountability actually means they have to do like work.
When it comes to what Canadians are thinking, this past week, I've knocked on hundreds of doors. To go back to your question on if I think there should be an election, I've knocked on hundreds of doors this past week, and the message that I've heard from Canadians is that they're exhausted after the last 9 years of these Carney-Trudeau Liberals.
Yeah.
They're finding it increasingly difficult to get by, to make ends meet. I talked to one couple on Thursday evening, and they describe themselves as formerly middle class.
That's sad. That's very formerly middle class. That is the saddest thing I think I've ever heard.
And I said, when did that change? They said about 10 years ago.
About 10 years, yeah.
And they said they found it harder and harder to
Makes
try
sense.
and make ends meet. They downsized. They moved into their son's home with him. And these are incredibly difficult times. Now,
That is rough. To move into your son's home with him.
message that we've shared with them, our Canada First plan, that's going to help increase the prosperity of Canada, of Canadians, by getting our natural resources to market, by of course passing the tax cuts that we've proposed for Canadians, that we have talked about ending the out of control spending and inflationary deficits of these Liberals, and of course protecting Canadians who are terrified. They're terrified with the chaos that they're seeing in their communities and on the streets.
It's not just the chaos that's in the community and the streets, it's the economic chaos that's terrifying people. Like the fact that this $100 isn't filling up my fridge anymore. This $100 just bought me like 2.5 days of food. Meanwhile, 10 years ago, $100 was like, you could fill up the fridge for $50 and fill up the cupboard for the other $50, and then you'd be fine. Like,
with our commitment to have jail and not bail for repeat violent offenders, this message resonates very well. And so, with the scrutiny that comes with what I hope will be tough questions and consistent pressure from the media for Mark Carney to answer for things like these unknown financial interests, unknown conflicts of interest.
Yeah.
And because he's avoiding the accountability of the House of Commons, the increased accountability that will come with an election, Canadians are going to see that Mark Carney really is like Justin Trudeau.
He is. He really, really is. There's not much of a difference between the two of them.
Mark Carney's only complaint with something like the carbon tax, for example, over the last few years, is that it wasn't high enough.
Yeah.
And so when given the scrutiny, when Canadians have the opportunity to compare a leader in Pierre Poilievre, who's committed to lower taxes and to put Canada first, and a carbon copy of Justin Trudeau in Mark Carney, we look forward to the increased scrutiny that he'll receive.
Carbon tax. Your party seems to be accusing the Prime Minister of not actually getting rid of it.
He's
and
not.
raising questions about the document that was signed on Friday. What's your argument there?
So, Mark Carney isn't able to unilaterally repeal legislation. So this is the exactly. And so, as noted by this member of the media, Mark Carney is not repealing the carbon tax.
No. The order in council is not a repeal of a carbon tax. It is an order to put it to zero. To repeal the carbon tax, Parliament has to reconvene, there has to be a debate, and there has to be a vote.
And he's not able to do that because it's required that Parliament passes that law. Now, if there was a commitment from the Carney-Trudeau Liberals to do this, they would have done it in Parliament. But the fact is that 100% of Mark Carney's cabinet ministers have voted more than a dozen times
for the carbon
tax.
and this OIC, this ordering council, is happening behind closed doors.
The same liberals who promised in the 2019 election that the carbon tax would not go up.
Yep.
They lied. They then promised after they raised it, it would not go up.
Go up again.
They
And
lied again.
Yeah.
Now here we are on the eve of an election when Mark Carney needs Canadians' votes. And he's saying that he has zeroed the price that they've put on the carbon tax.
Which that's not true, because if he had zeroed it, then why are people still getting another
Mark
rebate?
Carney doesn't need Canadians' votes,
No.
but he does need their money.
Yep.
He is absolutely going to put the carbon tax in place, and you don't need to take my word for it. Listen to what Mark Carney has said when he said that he will use what he described as a shadow carbon price. This is a guy who doesn't think that by taxing things like steel at the very time that Donald Trump says that he's going to put tariffs on Canadian steel,
He doesn't think the steel industry even exists.
that's not going to be a cost that is passed on to consumers, that's not going to cause an increase in prices for Canadians.
Yeah. The fact that he wants to carbon tax the steel industry while Trump is like, ugh. See what I was saying? Yeah, I do. I do see what you were saying. It's not a repeal. It's I'm zeroing the payment.
So you just need to listen to Mark Carney if you want to know if there's going to be higher prices and more taxes for Canadians if he were to be elected. And of course, common sense conservatives have said that we will axe the tax for everyone forever. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Carbon tax asset management. Just quickly for you, Mr. Barrett, isn't the assertion that the funds won't change?
Bye, Mr. Barrett. Mr. Barrett's like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Oh my God, I need to stand up for a minute. This is painful. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. We will do... Oops. What can we do? What can we do? Because I am getting too sore to sit in my chair some more. So you know what I think I might do? I think I might do one more video and then we'll end. So let's pick. I am in danger. Let's do that. We'll do this. We'll finish this off real quick. It's a 2-minute clip.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes.
The obvious implication is that I am a Nazi apologist. That's clearly what he's implying. Obviously, you can't say that, because if you say that, it sounds insane and retarded. So the only thing that you can do is imply that and hope that the schizos that watch the video will get the message.
I hate this Nazi scum and everything he stands for. And YouTube keeps showing me his face on my feed. In this country, we kill Nazis!
This was actually a message about Asmon by the schizo that is now being investigated for threatening the life of President Trump. And
I love the fucking David Attenborough AI.
now even more creators have joined the fold.
Our enemies are Nazis. They're evil. They are not people the way that we're people. I mean, we're talking about...
Wow!
He really going off.
Not people the way that we're people. I mean, we're talking about Elon Musk, man. We're talking about the sickest motherfuckers in the world. We're talking about, like...
How can you say that you're talking about the sickest motherfuckers in the world whenever you leak the thing that you leaked?
And see, this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to. Well, when I looked at it, I think the vibe that I got was like short stack, like goblins get drawn in porn. You know how they're all like thick short stacks, right?
What
Here's
the
Fosh,
fuck?
the horse fucking pedophile.
How can you possibly say that?
We're talking about like the denigration of this country on every possible level.
Really?
Spiritual, symbolic, and practical outcome. They hate you. They would see hundreds of millions of people deprived of
I don't
healthcare and basic
understand
human
this
rights.
clip. I don't understand the clips
Our
and the
enemies are
visuals.
Nazis. They're evil, not people the way that we're people.
Well, we got some of these people are just getting radicalized like on a crazy level. Like it's actually bad. He got to dial this down.
He does. And honestly, saying that Asmongold is a Nazi apologist because he's saying that this is too far is ridiculous.
Everybody that disagrees with you is a Nazi, man. Just chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just be fucking normal, man.
Yeah.
He's creating more crazies with these rhetoric. It's just, man, I just...
You know what? It sucks for Asmon, but thank God I don't have to deal with the crazy lunatics that are harassing my employee.
Wait, what? Also, Asmongold's editor is a Nazi. Our enemies are
What the
Nazis.
fuck?
They're evil.
Guys, I'm sorry, but quick rebrand. Long live Hassan, the first and only political streamer, the pioneer of political discourse, who single-handedly brought politics to the internet. A $200,000 sports car is a vital tool for spreading the message of the working class. A multi-million-dollar mansion, a basic necessity.
And I don't care. I live
love
on
this.
a basic necessity budget for the most part anyway, okay?
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I'm sorry, that was funny. That was too funny. Okay, maybe we'll do one more video. We'll do one more video and we'll see what's... Twitch being sued for $200 million non-million dollars.
Billy Mitchell was the king of frivolous lawsuits, but he didn't even hold a candle to Russia. You remember
Russia?
We were talking about how Russia is suing Google for over $2.5 decillion.
Decillion? Decillion, that's a word?
Which is an
That's a number?
unfathomable amount of money. If you added up every single breath every single human being has ever taken since Adam and Eve, it wouldn't even come close to 2.5 decillion.
How is decillion like 10?
Let alone 2.5 decillion doubloons being a reasonable amount of money to ask for. It doesn't exist. It can't exist. I just learned about another lawsuit coming from Russia where a Russian League of Legends streamer has successfully sued Twitch for over $200 million.
What the fuck is nonillion? Is that just below decillion? Is that 900?
So a little less than what Google's on the hook for, all because he received a ban on the platform and was able to make a case in Russian court that is trying to enforce a $200 million fine on Twitch for the injustice this League of Legends streamer faced, even though in his entire time on Twitch, he himself only made $2,000.
What the fuck? Oh my god! What the fuck?
So the math checks out. Actually, you know, that seems about par.
Oh, yeah.
It is so interesting to
That
help
makes
put
a
this
lot of
number in
sense.
perspective, just how preposterous it is. There is an estimated 200 sextillion stars in the known universe. So this League of Legends streamer is looking to receive more money than there are stars in the known universe.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
Good luck.
Good luck with
And
that.
maybe he'll get some fairy godparents and be able to poof that money into existence, because that's the only way that shit's gonna happen.
Yep.
I was gonna try and find a clever way of tying $200 million into a subtle cheeky shout out, but I couldn't, so I'm gonna do it abruptly. Go to usecheeky.com and use code LUCKY for our St. Patrick's Day sale. You can get 10% off all of our soap. It's the best soap in the universe. Across the universe will say that you look and smell great. You look real clean. He apparently has some pretty close ties to Putin. After being banished to the Shadow Realm and not receiving payments from Twitch as a result of the sanctions, he took it to a Russian court in June and October of 2022, which Twitch called a violation of its terms of service. The first lawsuit was dismissed without prejudice, but the second one...
Dismissed without prejudice, meaning he can file again.
Well, the Russian law decided that one's got some meat on its bones. That one's got some real oomph to it, some pep in its step, and said that it violated his rights by suspending and demonetizing his accounts.
You don't have a right to your Twitch account, dude. I'm sorry, that is not a right.
So, the Russian court demanded that Twitch restore the account or pay a compounding penalty for non-compliance, basically the naughty boy penalty, where if you don't play ball and bend the knee to the most outrageous of demands, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
And Twitch, since they haven't reinstated the account, is racking up a fine of...
That's funny. Apple News just popped up a thing refuting Trump's claim of $200 billion subsidy.
100,000 rubles each day the account is not reinstated, and doubling each week without limit. Per Twitch's lawsuit.
You can't do that.
Which has reached astronomical...
Isn't that called, failing to mitigate your damages?
Levels. That's the exact same John Madden playbook textbook maneuver we saw Russia use against Google. The compounding penalty of 1,000 rubles every day and doubling each week. That's how you've reached these $2.5 decillion and now $200 million.
So, but Google's not going to pay those. Neither is Twitch.
More money than exists on the planet, no doubt. And this is their
I bet you if we found every single civilization in the galaxy and pooled all of our currencies together, it wouldn't equal that much money.
It seems in Russian court, if they're going to penalize a company, it looks like they go for this compounding penalty anime finishing move. This is their Kamehameha. It seems like this is pretty common, and I'm only just now learning about how frequent it is.
Yeah.
I kind of want to take a plunge into some other notable court cases in Russia just to see if they do this for everything. Like a baker sold you stale bread, you took him to court, and now he owes you 1,000 rubles every day that you've had to have that stale bread in your intestinal tract.
I'm charging you 1,000 rubles a day because I was sick for 5 days. Give me 5,000 rubles.
Without limit. I just wonder how often that's used. You know what I mean? Because now we've seen 2 instances of it, and it's just comical. I'm sure Twitch is going to fork over $200 million any day now.
Twitch isn't going to fork over anything.
Streamer doing this with his hands we won, we did it, so any day now that money's going to be hitting my piggy bank.
Yeah, the fact that he thinks he's going to win any money is kind of sad.
I'm sure Twitch is going to start feeling the pressure of this imaginary money demand very soon.
These people that are making up this imaginary money number, it's getting ridiculous. Like decillion, nonillion, all this shit. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it doesn't make any sense. And it just goes to show people's entitlement these days. That's what it does. It shows people's entitlement. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to go have lunch and go to the bathroom and walk around a little bit and just get off my butt. And so thank you guys for sitting with me and watching me. And I hope you guys enjoyed the mixture of politics and fun. I'll be back tonight. I think I'm going to play some more Mortal Kombat tonight. We'll have some fun with that. And I will see you guys on Twitch later on. Thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic Sunday. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. Check out the Buy Me a Coffee link.